Of international outcry, finally gets a day in court. But Mexico complains if illegals aren't given hot meals immediately and legalized. I mean, what a joke. Mexico will punch you in the nose, shake you down. This is a guy going down to the border area, took a wrong road on the highway, drove up to the Mexican border, had guns in his car, and they were like, yippee-ki-yay, we got you. After 101 days in Mexican prison, Marine Sergeant arrives for day in court. And I was seeing video of him in the Mexican jail, chained down to the bed. We basically are a giant toilet for Mexico. All their criminals, all their dregs, all their drugs, everything, just dump it on us. And I see stories all the time. I know people who'll get talked into going hunting in Mexico, where you can go down there and go to a special game event, and then they have locally run things with shotguns where you can hunt pheasant or whatever, or quail. And they'll have police when you drive in, and they'll tear your your entire car apart. If they find an empty shotgun casing in the back of your truck, you're talking years in jail. And then they run your credit, shake down your family, and suck everything out of your family, or they basically kill you in a lot of cases in jail. So again, he accidentally crossed into Mexico, finally to get his day in court after 100 days behind bars. This Marine Sergeant. He got confused and drove the wrong way, which I've almost done before. And again, my whole point is Mexico is extremely oppressive, but then we get lectured all day because we are such bleeding hearts in America. We are so politically correct. It's pathetic. Now, if you go to Marietta, California, where Joe Biggs is right now with Jakari Jackson, who we're going to go to next, you've got a bunch of breaking news, but you heard it. We're going to get an article out on this. The local sheriff is saying he's going to arrest people tonight if they try to stop the bus, which they've continued to do. And what an image that's going to be, to allow the criminal buses to come across with DHS involved in sedition against this country and against law, to set the precedent to do anything. And this is coming tonight. So, Joe, give us details, Joe Biggs, and tell us what time those buses are coming across. Obviously, you're going to be staked out there. I know you've got some other breaking news as well.
All right, Joe Biggs here once again in Marietta, California, right in front of the Border Patrol station. A lot of the people that are coming here in support of this are all local, all people from Marietta. And the ones that I've talked to, they say I came here to get arrested. I mean, they're not afraid to stand up for what they believe in whatsoever. I've talked to people from anywhere from ages from 20 up till 75 that are, you know, you can arrest me all you want. I'm going to stand my ground here, and they're not going to get by me.
Keep breaking down what you've observed down there.
Well, today we're having more and more people show up, Alex. We've got mainstream media up and down the street all around me parked here. Everybody's expecting this bus to be coming in sometime either tonight or early in the morning. People are just piling in because they want to be here in support of what's going on. Another city down the road, Escondido, had a town hall meeting yesterday that 500 people showed up to, and they wanted to open up 96 homes for these illegal alien children to stay in. And the town came together, once again, another town came together and said, no, you're not going to do that. And the council voted against it, and they stopped that from happening now.
But this is just crazy town. In fact, I meant to have the reporters do this, but never got around to it. I think I'm going to do this as a stunt. I think I'm going to go knock on Robert Rodriguez's door. Not tonight, while Obama is there at his house, but in the future. And I'm going to go knock, and I'm going to say, in fact, I'm going to go pick up some of these day laborers, and I'm going to bring them to his door and say, take them in like Nancy Pelosi says. Of course, Robert Rodriguez is worth hundreds of millions of dollars and, you know, lives in the rich part of town. It's just such a fraud. No one does this. We have the most open country, the most welfare of anywhere. And all it does is gets us called racist because we won't take more. I mean, this is crazy.
Yeah, all the people that are for bringing these kids in are the ones who are the last ones that are going to even take them in. Like you said, Nancy Pelosi's talking about doing it, but you're not going to see Nancy Pelosi with a van full of little kids going home to her place.
Exactly. Here's the challenge. Here's the challenge. We should have a law that if they're going to violate law and do this, they have to bus them to D.C., and dump them off in Hyde Park at Wolf Blitzer's house or at Chris Matthews' house or at the White House. How about the White House take in 1,000 families? How about that?
Alex, I started a White House petition the other day that says that we should send all of the illegal alien children to the White House to stay with the Obama family.
Okay, well, that should have been a major news article on Infowars.com. That's total genius, Joe. I want to get a blurb out on that right now by Paul Watson or Steve Watson or somebody. And what's the name of the petition?
To send all illegal alien children to the to the White House.
And then we should point out, because they want us all to pay for it. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a link. I'll email it to someone back there.
All right, well, or we can come up with another one, too, and add even more, that they be bused equally to Michael Moore's house, Nancy Pelosi's, Chris Matthews' house, the White House, and that Congress host maybe a couple thousand families. They're in the corridors. How about each Democratic congressman or woman, how about they take 10 families inside of each office?
I think we can get that done.
Well, Joe, you know if they don't, they're racist.
Of course. I mean, everybody's racist in America. We're all evil, terrorist, racist people who put up fences, and then we're racist for that to secure our borders.
When we border collapsing Latin America. Joe, how big do you think it's going to get when we already have an unsustainable flood, 30 million illegals here, country going bankrupt, California totally bankrupt, all these other states going bankrupt, and they're busing illegals all over the country, and then the police chief and the judge in Grand Prairie, Texas, a huge city by Dallas, says, I'm going to your door to tell you not to protest or you might get arrested. I mean, if somebody came to my door and said, you better not come out and protest or we might arrest you, I would definitely go protest. How has our country become so pathetic that our police and the people that run our military and our judges are in Dallas are literal scum of the earth, threatening people, you better let us take all these illegals in Dallas or we'll arrest you. You better not get uppity. I mean, my God, that is like North Korea.
It is, indeed. I mean, there's so many people who aren't awake, that are lazy, that don't even know their rights. There's so many people that get illegally searched all the time because they don't know their rights. So many people in America are just sleeping on what's going on, and that's how it's getting to this point. They just don't care. They want to live their boring life every day, turn on their TV, drink their coffee, go to work every day, and ignore what's really going on in the country. And that's why it's gotten to this point.
Sure.
Because people don't care for the most part. But there's a lot of us out here who are trying to wake people up, and that's what Infowars.com does. I mean, it's the people here in Marietta are proof of people standing up against tyranny and saying, you know what, go back, we're not going to take you here. You're not going to collapse our town. You're not going to make us go bankrupt.
Well, I saw the mayor on television last night, and he was saying $60 million has been spent in the last 3 years just on the illegals. Property taxes are exploding. People are moving out of the middle-class area, and the government's not even reimbursing the city. And then you've got the county saying, if citizens try to stop this, we're going to arrest you.
It's mind-blowing that it even gets to this. I mean, it's 1984 completely right now.
Well, the local Chronicle told the sheriff not to even deport 13 aggravated felons. The average is 11, but it said last week he deported 13. And they were like hyperventilating. Out of thousands arrested, they deported 13. And then the sheriff goes, they're felons. They've committed crimes before. They have rap sheets. And with a straight face, they go, how racist. I mean, that shows how crazy town this has gotten. Where I don't even know what to say about the Democrats at this point. I mean, I think they've gone completely insane.
I mean, everything's racist with them. It's just race baiting. One thing after another. They create tension between people to divide everybody. That's all they want to do is divide everybody and bust them down and make them, with this white guilt and all this other junk. It's ridiculous. It's just a psyop. It's a mind game.
I mean, it's really starting to get to me because, I mean, these people are insane. And there's an article out today that Democrats are ripping Obama, saying he's aloof, detached, acting bizarre. That's in the Weekly Standard. And
but now Boehner's saying that he doesn't even want to impeach Obama. It's like Hulk Hogan and the Iron Sheik on stage are enemies, but back in the, you know, behind the scenes, they're buddy hanging out. That's all that's going on.
Man, it's making me sick. And I got to tell you, we could take 100 million third world people. There's over 6 billion poor people worldwide. I mean, I was watching some liberal lady last night on an episode of Naked and Afraid, and it was all about how the man needs to do what she says or his rating isn't high. And I watched 3 episodes. Each episode is about a man submitting is what makes him a great man, and how men are bad and men from the South are bad. You can see how they script it. It's all staged. And only men that do what they're told are good. And so it's all about how men are bad for survival. And then she goes, I visited Tanzania with my boyfriend, and he got robbed and killed, but I hid. And there it was right there.